Today we're talking about Nota Baloyi. Yes, you heard me right. This dude who claims to be a music mogul has been out here spewing some of the most outrageous, downright racist garbage about white people. Why, we don't know. And let's be clear, when a guy starts calling white people inferior and Neanderthals, he's not dropping truth bombs. He's just dropping a load of fake, attention-seeking cow dung. And I know, some people might say, well, Summer, he's just speaking his mind. You speak your mind, don't you? I know, but when your mind is full of toxic nonsense that glorifies hate and division, then it's time to call it out. I don't speak nonsense. It's time, you must know when it's time to say enough is enough. Listening to his crap is not the issue. It's the impact it has on the younger people who can hear the nonsense he spews. He's got this whole shtick going on where he positions himself as a truth teller, a rebel who isn't afraid to say what anyone else is too polite to say. But let's be honest, when you start labeling an entire race as inferior, you're not a rebel. You're just a racist with a microphone, desperate for attention and clinging to outdated, dangerous ideas. On a recent episode of this podcast, he claimed that white people are an inferior species because they supposedly have Neanderthal blood. Ooh, that's not science, that's fantasy, the kind you see in a B-plus movie. And yet here we are with this guy parading around like he's some kind of cultural savior because he called white people Neanderthals. I'm not here to say that every critic of Nota is a sellout, but if you use your platform to glorify... Now, I'm not here to say that every critic of Unota is a sellout, but if you use your platform to glorify hate and division, you set a terrible example for everyone, especially the youth who look up to these so-called influencers as if their words were gospel from the Catholic Church. If you're out here thinking that your racial slurs and hateful speech makes you a hero, then you've lost your own mind. Let's cut to the chase. Ask yourself this. If a white guy were to say, most criminals in South Africa are black, would he get away with it? Hell nah, he'd be crucified on the spot. But when a black guy like Nota Baloyi spews off on this rhetoric, somehow the public, even some of his own people, find it acceptable. This is one of the most unfair things I've ever seen. I'm not saying that white people are without fault or that the struggles of our communities are not real. But to use history and personal pain as an excuse to tear down an entire race, that is not empowerment. That is self-destruction. Our past as black people is full of wounds, pain from colonialism, apartheid, and systemic oppression. Even Indians and colored people. And don't get me wrong, I respect the struggle. I respect the resilience our grandparents went through. But when you constantly blame everything on the past without taking any responsibility for the present, you are not building a future. You are wallowing in self-pity. I said this in yesterday's videos. And that, my friends, is the shortest way to remain stuck in mediocrity. Now, I want to talk about the specifics of his remarks. When Nota says that white people have Neanderthal blood, what is he trying to imply? What is he trying to prove? That they are prehistoric creatures? That they haven't evolved? Listen, pal, I've seen more evolution in a snail's pace than in such an argument. It's like he's trying to rewrite history with a bad hair day as his muse. Imagine Nota walking down the street and spotting a white guy. His eyes are probably going to narrow, his nostrils are going to flare, and then his brain gears are going to be up for battle. He's going to go, aha! Another relic of the past, trying to live in the modern world. Get out of here, you creature. And then he'd probably start spewing his venomous rhetoric like a broken record on a loop. I mean, come on, man. When was the last time anyone had to prove they were modern by not being stuck in the past? White people in South Africa are not relics. They are human beings. They're entrepreneurs too, innovators too, they're leaders too. And if Nota can't see that, then his worldview is as outdated as dial-up internet or his music career. Let me break it down for you in plain English. When you allow hate to dominate your narrative, you become a slave to it. Instead of lifting people up, you tear them down. Why? Instead of inspiring change, you create division. He's supposed to be a musician. Why is he creating division? His approach is a textbook example of why rhetoric does not solve problems, it multiplies them. Every time he goes on air on some podcast and this is an entire group of people, he's not just insulting them. He is fueling a cycle of resentment and anger that can have real-world consequences. And here's the kicker. While he's busy getting attention with all these outrageous statements, he is setting a terrible example for the children. The young men and women out there are watching, and if they think that hate and division are the ways to express strength, then our future is in deep, deep trouble. Think about this. The moment a white guy points out that most criminals in SA are black, the backlash is instant. He is vilified, he is shunned, dismembered by social media mobs and political correctness. But when a black man like Nota Baloyi uses similar language, only reversed, it's brushed off as just another fact stater. That's the sick, double-twisted mindset that only serves to keep us divided. If you ask me, the true cost of Nota's controversial antics is far greater than his fleeting attention on the airwaves. Because he's not just hurting white people with his words, he is hurting his own community. And here's how. He's reinforcing a mindset that glorifies division, that normalizes hate, and that ultimately weakens the very fabric of our society as you know it. Here's what you need to understand. Hate speech might get you attention for a few minutes, but it sure as hell doesn't build a future. The world doesn't need more people yelling, "Screw the system," without offering a solution. It needs real leaders, leaders who take responsibility for their words and their actions and who can provide evidence. If you're a young person watching this, know that you have the power to choose your path. You can be a voice of division, or you can be the one who builds bridges and creates change. Real strength is not measured by how loudly you can shout, but by what you do when no one is watching. Believe me, talking from experience, we need to stop glorifying hate and start embracing discipline, responsibility, and growth. Yes, the past was brutal. Yes, apartheid was evil. But the only way forward is to learn from that pain and use it as a fuel to build a better tomorrow, not to keep the old wounds open and bleeding. Let me tell you something. Real change comes from where? Within. If you're angry, you must channel that anger into action. If you're frustrated, use that frustration to fuel your hustle. The moment you allow hate to define you, you become nothing more than a puppet of your own bitterness. And that's really sad if you think about it. So instead of listening to people like Nota Baloyi, stop thriving for attention. Use it to do something better. Use your skills, your talents, your intellects. Use it to make a future where hate doesn't have to be at the table. The future is built on innovation, discipline, and unity, not tearing each other apart. Not screwing your brothers over. When you see someone from a different race, don't let outdated stereotypes cloud your judgment. Real strength comes from understanding and embracing diversity. It comes from knowing that every person has value in life, regardless of the color of their skin. And if someone is out there still peddling hate on some podcast like Nota does, then this is not rising above hate. This is not showing the world what real leadership looks like. I can just imagine Nota Baloyi at a white-only event where people should only wear white. You know those parties? I can just picture him walking in the party, his eyes scanning the room, and then his face is scrunching up as if he's just seen ghosts and willing to crawl on all fours to anyone who he thinks might be acting like a white person. It's actually really funny, really. This guy's got the whole body language set for battle. He'd probably mutter something like, "What the heck? I thought this was a place of enlightenment, not a place of people dressing like relics." He might start ranting about how he's surrounded by people dressed like Neanderthals. Are you kidding me right now? This is the person who gets thousands of views on YouTube. Someone who glorifies hate on white people. He'd probably try to intimidate everyone, shout at the room, and every time he opens his mouth, the crowd would probably just roll their eyes and keep doing what they're doing. It's almost comical. The self-proclaimed revolutionary trying to act like he's the best bastion of truth in a sea of inferior things. The irony is as thick as a load-shedding blackout. Imagine a scenario at a local coffee shop. Nota Baloyi walks in, he sees a white barista, and then immediately his internal monologue kicks in. He's like, here we go again. Another relic from the past. Let's see if she can even make coffee without melting under the pressure of my superior genes. He probably is going to order his coffee with a smirk on his face, expecting it to mess up, only to be met with calm professionalism. And then the look on his face would be priceless. It's probably a mix of disbelief and rage. It's kind of the hypocrisy that makes you wonder if he's more interested in attention than in any semblance of truth. And then picture him at a party where everyone is having a good time. He's probably that type of guy to try and dominate the conversation, busy dropping his outdated insults like broken records, while everyone else just laughs and brushes him off. It becomes less genuine about him, and it becomes more about his desperate attempt to be noticed. Because in that moment, his entire persona crumbles. It's like watching a house of cards fall, and all you can do is shake your head in disbelief because you saw it coming. Here's the ultimate message from Sambit, and it's one you need to take to heart. You have a choice. You can let the hate of people like Nota define your outlook, or you can choose a different path, one where you focus on self-discipline, growth, and building a future that isn't shackled by the bitterness of the past. Every day, you wake up with the opportunity to create change in your life. The world is chaotic, yes, but that's the fun. It's full of potential because of that. Every second you spend hating or listening to hate like Nota, you're giving power away. But every minute you invest in building, learning, in hustling for a better tomorrow, you're reclaiming that power. This isn't just a pep talk from me. It's a call to arms. It's a call to stop being a bystander in your own life. Don't let that noise of haters drown out the sound of your own ambition. Don't let that happen. You are the master of your own destiny. You're not a pawn in someone else's game. You're the player. You're the jersey number 10. Hey! So it's time to win. You've got the tools, you've got the skills, and more importantly, you've got the drive. So rise up. Ignore the baseless hatred. Don't waste your energy on the people who thrive on chaos and division. Stop it. Instead, channel that energy into something productive. Build your empire. Set an example for the youth. Show the world that true power isn't about tearing people down. It's about lifting yourself up and then lifting others along with you, those you care about. Because at the end of the day, what does it all come down to? It comes down to the choices you make. Every time you hear someone like Nota Baloyi spew his hateful rhetoric, remember that you have the power to choose a different path. You can choose to be influenced by hate, or you can choose to be a beacon of change. The truth is, the hate might grab attention, yes, but does it build legacies? I'll leave you to answer that. Legacies are built by those who choose discipline over chaos, who choose growth over stagnation, and who choose unity over division. If you want to leave a mark on this world, start by ignoring the noise and focusing on what really matters. Your own development, your own success, and the positive impact you can have on those around you. So let this be a wake-up call. Let the hateful words of people like him serve as a fuel to ignite your ambition. Use their delusions as a mirror to see how far you can rise above the petty, hateful, and the absurd. Show the world that you are not defined by someone else's ignorance. Show them that you are defined by your actions, your discipline, and your relentless pursuit of greatness, not Nota Baloyi's videos on YouTube. The choice is clear. Be a force for change, be a builder, be a leader. Don't waste your life listening to trash. Create something that lasts, because when you take control of your destiny, when you build instead of burn, you don't just change your life, you change the world. So here's the truth. Nota Baloyi's hateful rhetoric is just that, a desperate cry for attention from a man who thrives on controversy more than his music career, okay? He's one of those people you just can't take seriously, like Trevor Noah. His words are empty, his vision is backward, and his influence is a dangerous distraction from the real work we need to do. Don't let his venomous noise define you. Instead, use it as a catalyst for your own growth. Remember, every minute you spend scrolling through hate speech on TikTok, YouTube, it's a minute you could be using in investing in yourself. The world doesn't owe you anything. Your destiny is in your hands. Break free from the shackles of outdated, toxic mindsets. Embrace discipline, self-improvement, and unity. Build your future and community instead of wallowing in the past. The power to change your life is not in the hands of hate mongers like Nota Baloyi. It's in yours. So rise up, be the change, and let the world know that you are not defined by someone else's ignorance. You are here to build, to lead, and to inspire the next generation of warriors. So wake up. Embrace the grind, and remember, the only thing standing between you and greatness is the decision to take control of your life. It's time to stop the hate. It's time to stop the excuses, and it's time to start building your legacy. If you're tired of being weak, if you're done making excuses, if you're ready to become the person you were always meant to be, then listen up. You're not alone in this fight. There is a place for young people like you, a place where young, hungry, and strong individuals push each other to new heights. A place where mediocrity is unacceptable, where weakness is destroyed, and excuses are torn apart, limb from limb. And that's the realm of reason, my own Discord server. This isn't just some random group chat where we all glorify each other. This is a family of warriors committed to becoming stronger in every way. Physically, mentally, financially, even academically. You want to you want to get your life together? You want to start a business? You want to dominate in your career? Then you need to surround yourself with winners who have the same mindset as you. Inside this realm of reason, you get business advice from actual business owners. No experience, no fluff. Not me only. There's actual business owners who joined the server and we talk all the time. There's some genuine golden stuff they have to tell you. You get career advice if you're looking to choose a path. Maybe you just matriculated. You get discipline and accountability because no one succeeds alone. This server is where weakness dies and strength is forged. This is where you're going to find young people who refuse to be average. And if you want to be one of them, if you're serious about stepping up, then don't waste another second. All you have to do is just click the link in the description below. It's free. Join the realm of reason and become the man you were always born to be. Become the woman you were always born to be. Become the person you were always meant to be. The fighter who fights for their future and takes no excuses and takes no no's for an answer. You must listen to that again if you didn't listen. Just click the link in the description. Completely free and change your life forever. You're going to thank me later.